Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting Zoom improv show with Roll the Dice. We are all excited to have you here tonight. The gist of our show, if you haven't seen us before, is everything we do on the spot, or it can be made up on the spot. Nothing scripted ahead of time, not even the order of the improv games we're going to play. Everything is left up to, well, the roll of a die. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our team of performers. I'm Josh, and I'll be your host today.
Jess.
Tracy.
Kathy.
All right, and welcome everybody. We are going to be asking for your input throughout the show. So when I ask for suggestions of, say, locations, objects, lines of dialogue, and good stuff like that, just drop them in the chat on YouTube. Jess and I will be monitoring that and using your suggestions to make our show possible as well as hopefully hysterical. So I hope you have a great time. And without any further ado, let's jump into things and get started. So I am going to share my screen here and roll our die to see what our very first improv game is going to be. Our first game is number 15, a game called Foreign Expert. And that's not... I have to remember to stop sharing so you can see our performers and not the Zoom setup stuff. So for this game, it's a game for two of our performers. And we need for this a subject that someone might be an expert in. If you could just drop that in the chat. Go ahead and keep some suggestions running. And the gist of this is we're inviting a world famous expert in some subject. The catch is that although they understand English perfectly, they do not speak English. Therefore, we also are going to have a translator who is going to interpret what they say and translate it into English so you can all understand their wonderful insights on this topic. So we will also then be asking, once we get our subject that they're an expert in, we'll be asking questions of them, which will come from you, the audience. I see sneakers. I understand, Ben, you are our expert? Excellent. So Ben will be playing our expert and Cassie will be the translator. Ben, you are an expert in sneakers. So it is wonderful to have you here with us tonight. Before we jump in with our questions, and I know we have a lot of burning questions here, why don't you please introduce yourself?
Blanc, black and blue. Step with the, ik danste a blues de bla flong de.
I believe our translator is having some microphone issues there. Okay, perfect.
He said, thank you so much for having me here today. I'm very passionate about speakers and so looking forward to your questions.
Well, thank you very much. It's wonderful to have you here. I know our audience is going to be just paying rapt attention. And I see we have a bunch of questions coming in already, which is wonderful. First, and I'm sure everyone wants to know this, how do you properly tie a sneaker?
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Blesto e o blue le pomle bole bole hom ha sweet quick.
He said, just like your kindergarten teacher taught you, over the mountains, through the woods, around the bend, and there you go.
I know personally, I always get that out of order. So it's wonderful to have that reiterated from an expert such as yourself. Let's see. We also have someone dying to know laces versus Velcro.
Habla, habla, habla. Oh, blah, blah. Hasta esto, habla, esto, blah. Endable, esto, blah, and blah, 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 blah.
He said the whole thought that an actual sneaker could be Velcro is wrong. Those are not sneakers. That is something else, another type of shoe. It's laces only.
Well, that's quite a strong opinion, but I'll take your word for it. Let's see. Yes. We have another important question. Just how sneaky are these shoes?
Blah, blah, blah. Ebba, blah, ebba, blah, blah, ebba, blah, blah, ebba, ebba, blah, ebba, blah, blah, ebba, hanging blah, of the whole basketball.
He loves this question because this really is what started his passion for sneakers. When he put on sneakers for the first time and was able to follow his little sister and sneak up on her and scare her so much so that she almost passed out, he knew that he would forever love sneakers, and it became his life.
That's so inspiring. I'm touched. We have time for a couple more questions. Yes, something that I know many of us struggle with. How do you prevent getting so many rocks in your sneakers?
Us, all the blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. And blah, and blah.
Yeah. He said that you need to be very careful for the ground you walk on when you wear sneakers, and anything that could be rocky or gravelly, stay away from. That will hurt the bottom of your sneaker, and you must protect your shoes above all things. The sneaker is the most important thing you put on every day.
I think that's something that's very important for us all to remember. To close things out here, I just want to say thank you so much for your time, sir. It's been a pleasure having you on here. It's been very insightful. Do you have any parting advice or words of wisdom for us?
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 shafata, blah. Blah.
He said, make sure that your sneakers are always tied very tight, because the last thing you want is a loose lace and you will wipe out right on your face.
Well, I think that's some wonderful advice for us to all take to heart. Again, thank you so much for your time. We all, I speak for everyone, really appreciate it. Have a great night. All right. So that was a good time, insightful, informative, and yes, entertaining. So let's jump right into our very next game. Number three is a game called Question This. Some of you might know it as a game that rhymes with Jeopardy, but it's not that. It's its own, definitely not copyright infringing thing. This is a game for 3 of our performers. And three of our, yeah, there we are. So for this game, it essentially works like other famous game shows you might have seen. Our performers are contestants on this game show. And they will be requesting questions from our board of categories. You can't see it, but trust me, it's there. I will then read a clue and they will buzz in with their answers. And you'll be informed, you'll learn all sorts of fun trivia, and I'm sure many laughs will be had. So to get things started, why don't our contestants here introduce themselves?
All right. Well, I guess I introduce myself here. Hi, my name is Candy Southern, and I come from Alabama, and I'm so excited to be playing this game here today. I love to play games and be a winner.
Well, Candy, it's a pleasure to have you here. I know we'll be very happy if you win. Well, at least some of us will be. Other contestants, maybe not so much.
Oh, they can go jump off a cliff, I guess.
I love your fighting spirit, Candy.
I'll go next. I'm Joyce Choice, and I'm from New York.
Joyce Choice from New York.
I'm also excited to be here, but she already said it first, so I'll just say it again. I'm excited to be here.
Glad to hear. We can all be excited. That's certainly allowed. Yes.
And I'm Ivan from Saginaw, Michigan. I'm glad to be out of the house for once.
Well, Ivan, we're definitely glad to have you here. Happy you can make it out of the house and get on our show. So to kick things off, we did a coin toss backstage, three-sided coin. It's a thing. And Candy, you won that coin toss. So you get to pick the first category.
Oh, you bet I won it. I'm great at it. All right, first category, I'm gonna choose planets in the solar system for 800.
Planets in the solar system for 800. Your clue is Mercury. Yes, Joyce.
Who was that scientist chick who invented things?
Mercury. Yes, Marie Curie. Yes, and that is correct. Yes. So you have control of the board.
I'll take facial hair for 1,000.
Facial hair for 1,000 is goatee. Candy.
Yeah, it's a favorite drink we like to serve to any visitors that come by Alabama. No one likes a glass of goat tea more than me.
I believe you. Yes, probably no one does. Joyce.
What is the person who learns from a goater?
The person who learns from a goater is a goatee. Little known fact.
I think she got it right, though.
Yeah, you got an answer, but it wasn't the answer. Candy, yes, your answer was definitely the most correct.
It was me? Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, next category, I'm gonna pick kinds of soup for 300.
Kinds of soup for 300. Minestrone. Candy.
Yeah, isn't that that fancy sort of guy that's in charge of places like Canada? They come and visit to you. That you got to put out the good silverware when the minestrone comes to visit.
The prime minestrone, perhaps.
Yeah, the prime one.
Ivan.
I was going to guess a church minister who does CrossFit.
Oh.
The toned. Surprisingly, that's correct.
Yeah, I'd like one of them.
I took a chance. Well, famous dragons for 500.
Famous dragons for 500 is smog. Yes, Joyce.
What's that stuff that's in the air in California?
Smog. Yes, that is correct.
Oh, all right. I didn't expect it to be, but it was. Okay, I'll take Colors of the Rainbow for 400.
Colors of the rainbow for 400. Yellow. Candy.
What is my favorite Coldplay song?
The classic. Ivan.
What is an auctioneer with laryngitis?
Yellow?
Yellow.
Well,
Maybe it's-
if you have to explain it, it's probably not the right answer.
Good call.
Joyce.
What do they serve you in the hospital when you can't eat solid foods?
Yellow, yes. And sometimes the yellow they serve you is yellow. So yes, that is correct.
Okay, I'll take Marriage Words for 200.
Marriage words for 200. We have ceremony. Candy.
Yeah, it's what my ex-husband has to pay me after for that party that we had when we was getting divorced.
Ceremony payments.
Yeah.
Like we've come full circle from the original question, but I'm not sure that's correct.
Oh man.
Or our judges have ruled in. Yes, that actually is correct.
Thank you, judges. I love you.
And we have one more question before the lightning round. So Candy, you have control of the board.
Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. I got the vapors. All right. I'm gonna pick famous authors for 1,200.
Famous authors for 1,200. We have Jane Austen. Ivan.
Who is Stone Cold Steve's mother?
Jane Austen. Yes. Yes, she is. So that is all for our first round. We are now moving on to the lightning round. And this is where it gets really exciting because anyone can win. In fact, the first contestant to get 2 more answers correct will win it all. And Ivan, you have control of the board to start the lightning round.
Okay. Let's go with popular fruit.
Popular fruit. Orange. Joyce.
What was originally called an etherange?
Yes, not many people know that. It's originally was called the etherange. Yes. Now you know.
Okay, I'll take Excel spreadsheet terminology for 600.
Excel spreadsheet terminology for 600. The word is fill. Candy.
It's the most important thing to remember to do after you bury, after you put all of your money in a hole in the ground in your backyard.
You've got to fill that hole in. That is true. Otherwise, someone might up and take it.
That's right. You don't trust the banks. You put that in the yard.
I'm sure you do, Candy. You have control of the board.
All right. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick toughest hombres for 700.
Toughest hombres for 700. We have technical difficulties. We have Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh.
Yes, Joyce.
What is the prequel to Runner, Texas Ranger?
Yes, because you have to walk before you can run. In fact, that gives you 2 points and the win, Joyce.
Oh my God, that's so great.
Congratulations. I hope you will do well with your winnings. And to our other contestants, let's get a round of applause. A valiant effort all around.
Oh, the South will rise again.
And we'll see you next time on Question This.
Nice.
Sorry to stump
Right,
you
everybody.
with toughest
So-
hombres.
Yeah. I couldn't think of
when I
it for a second.
dye my hair from blonde to brown, that is the toughest ombre.
That would be great. Done. So let's see what our next game is gonna be. Ooh, and our die roll says number 19. Number 19 is a game called Panel of Experts. And this one is going to be quite a lot of fun. You're going to learn all sorts of things. We had an expert on sneakers earlier, but now we are going to have a whole bunch of experts on a brand new subject. So what I need for you to do to fill in our panel here, post in the chat, if you would, some suggestions for some publications, magazines, or other periodicals that someone might write for, as well as some ages a person might be, and maybe some TV channels. And what we're going to be doing here, while we're waiting for these suggestions to roll in, just want to give a quick nod here. Again, we are an improv group called Roll the Dice. We're part of, for those of you who don't know, or for those of you who do even, an improv school, an improv organization called Big Canvas. Our philosophy is comedy for everyone. So we do hilarious, family-friendly comedy, open to people of all ages. When there isn't a global pandemic going on, we do have in-person shows as well as classes and workshops. So keep your eye out for those in the coming future. But in the meantime, we are doing a number of Zoom shows. Roll the Dice, our show, is every other Friday at 8 p.m. So tune in again in 2 weeks for our next show, as well as a number of other shows. Our Big Canvas founders, including Tracy here, have periodic shows as well, and they are hysterical. Also available to watch live online. Keep your eye out for updates on the Big Canvas Facebook page for when the next show there is going to be. Mm-hmm. And I accidentally minimized Zoom, so I need to bring that back somehow. There we are. Hard to host a show when you can't see, folks. Okay, so we've got all sorts of great suggestions that popped up in the chat. So the way this is going to work is we need next a subject that someone might be an expert in. Anything other than sneakers, because we've already heard from an expert there. And while you're dropping those into the chat, I will be letting you know who our panelists are. And they are going to answer your questions on this subject from the perspective of the lens that you've assigned to them. So, Jess, you are 99 years old.
Okay.
Cassie, you are a writer for People. And Ben, you are on Game Show Network.
Okay.
And our subject that you are an expert in is day trading.
Okay.
So to start things off, would our first panelist briefly introduce yourself? We're glad to have you all here today.
Yes, well, hello. Thank you for having me. I am Eric Crest, and I'm delighted to be able to speak on this esteemed panel with such wonderful people.
Well, thank you, Eric. It's great to have you here today.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sarah Kennedy of the Kennedy family, and I cover People for People magazine, and it's such a great honor to be here with you today.
Pleasure to have you, Sarah.
My name is Kashmir John, and I'm 99 years young, and I'm here today to tell you about day trading, which is something that I became very interested in my twilight years.
Wonderful. It's you are the most probably, shall we say, long experienced panelist we've had in the history of our panels of experts. So we now need some questions to ask of our panelists. Now that you've introduced yourselves, please, I see some of those filtering into the chat. Just keep them coming. To start things off, Kashmir, can you first tell us what exactly does buy low, sell high mean?
Well, that's a very interesting question. Buy low and sell high. Buying low means buying something at the lowest price that you can find it. And selling high means, well, selling when you're under the influence of any sort of chemical is probably the best idea, because then you don't really concern yourself with the value of what you're selling, just with the fact that you're selling. And that's the most important thing.
Oh, wow, fascinating. Yes, Sarah, what do you say on this? What does it mean to buy low and sell high?
Well, I think Kashmir was absolutely right. And when I was having a great conversation with Kim and Kanye, we were talking about, how they amassed their great fortune. And really it started by, starting out small and then selling really high. And some people might think Kanye is a little bit out there, but then he directed me towards his other friend, Chance the Rapper. And so we had a great conversation. And, he said that, yeah, buy low, sell high. And that is the only way to trade every day.
Fascinating. You certainly are well connected in this world. Eric, what say you on the subject?
Well, that is a fantastic question, and I would point you to the show, Let's Make a Deal. Think of it as if you started with a ballpoint pen. The wonderful blue that it has glides across the paper, blue as the sky. It can be yours, but it's low. But you could go for the car behind curtain number 1. You have to take the chance. What do you want to do? I advise go for the car.
Go for the car.
Go for the car, indeed, always. Our next question we have, can you trade at night too? And we'll start with Sarah on this one.
Definitely trading at night is really, it's a big deal. And when you hit the nightclub scene like I have to for work, you will see that there's a lot of people out and about. In fact, the other day I just ran into the Beebs, and he was saying that the nighttime is the only time to trade. And then we we just happened to also run across Bernie in the mittens, and it was just a great conversation. And really, it's the nighttime all the time in Hollywood, DC, New York, and LA.
Fascinating. It's good to remember.
Yeah.
Eric, what do you say? Are you in favor of night trading as well?
I don't think it's very wise, although it can be quite fun to take a gamble with your life. I think of it as the game show Password. The other person does not know what you want to do, but you have to give them clues to be able to win the game. So you can go in the alleys, you can talk with those people, but if you don't have the right password, game over.
It's a high stakes game, definitely. Kashmir.
What Eric alluded to is that while the New York Stock Exchange is closed at nighttime, the black market is open. And if you need a kidney, I can tell you who you need to talk to. I've gotten several kidneys that way. So the black market, I definitely recommend. I would say 4 out of 5 stars.
Wow. Again, night trading sounds a little dangerous for my blood, but you guys are the experts, so I'll take your word for it. Let's see. Something I'm sure some of our audience members are really eager to know. The question is, I have a couple of million to invest. Any suggestions? Eric, let's start with you.
Oh my, yes. The options are so many, and you want to look for what is reliable, renewable, and innovative. So if you've got a couple million and you know you've got a few ideas, then come on down. You're the next contestant on The Future is Your Life. Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's always good to remember. Sarah.
Sorry, I was just thinking about one of my good friends, Claire Crawley, who thought she should invest her time and energy in Dale Moss, and then, come to find out on Instagram that that was not a good investment at all. So, make sure before you invest and go off a show and say that you're committed, you have to make sure that that investment is solid. And if it's not, you just don't want to be scrolling through your social media and realize you lost it all, just like Claire.
That would be quite tragic. Way to learn from the misfortune of others. Kashmir, advice for investing millions?
If you have millions to invest, I think the best thing to do is invest in a tried and true commodity like Kashmir John. I can be in any sort of film or television show that you would like me to be in, and I promise I will not die before the end of it.
We'll hold you to that, Kashmir. We like having you around. All right. I think we are almost out of time here, but I know everyone here would appreciate just one more parting piece of advice on day trading. So, Sarah, any final insights or bits of wisdom?
Yeah, I definitely think you just need to get out there on social media, promote your profile, make sure that you are connected as can be. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Really, the more followers you can get, the more ability to, trade your followers and make money. And, if no one knows who you are, you'll never be anything.
Words to live by, I'm sure. Kashmir, any final advice?
Absolutely. You too should follow your dreams, no matter what they are, no matter how old you are, and don't lose your shirt.
Sound advice for anything, really. And finally, Eric, any parting wisdom?
Such wise and compassionate words. I echo that. You only live once. take risk where you can, because if you get it right, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. And I just realized how old this reference is. So thank you for
I
having me.
remember it.
Well, thank you. Thank you all so much for your time today. It's been wonderful having you all here, and of course, very informative. And have a great night. Yay. So we are now just past the halfway point in our show. So we are going to mix things up a little. And by that, I mean share a different die. If I can share my screen properly. Apparently I can't. Oh, here we are. I was hitting the wrong button. We are going to switch over to our 4-sided die. And we're going to play a guessing game. A guessing game called Late for Work. And for this game, it's a game for 4 of our performers. So all of them except me. The way this is going to work is one of our performers is going to be late for work, and they're going to have to guess some things about that. So what I need from you in the audience, I need you to put in some key information, such as where this person works, reasons why someone might be late to work, unrelated to where they work, and then finally, ways in which someone might get to work. Again, unrelated to where they work or why they might be late. And what's going to happen is one of our performers is the person who was late for work. And they're going to have to guess these things one at a time. One of our other performers is their boss, who will be interrogating them on their lateness while trying to drop hints about these 3 things: where they work, why they were late, and how they got there. And of course, our guesser is going to try to figure this out, while our remaining improvisers are going to sort of mime things in the background to try to give them some hints. So who is our guesser going to be? Cassie, I saw your hand go up first, so you can guess. Who's our boss? Who feels really good at, and Cassie, I'm going to send you to the waiting room so you can't hear what we're saying in here, because I'm going to be telling everyone else, of course, what these various categories are. And don't worry, there's no cheating here. Cassie cannot see the YouTube chat, so she will not know what suggestions you're putting in. And I might have missed, who is our boss?
We haven't chosen yet.
We haven't chosen. Okay, I wasn't sure if a hand went up.
I'll be the boss.
Send Cat to the room. Jess is the boss. Don't let it go to your head. But
I won't.
For now, and that means that Ben and Tracy are going to try to help Cassie guess as well by miming various things. So I'm going to pull up the chat in a minute and see what you're all coming up with over there. And the way Cassie is going to know if she's on the right track, if she's getting close to guessing one of the things, sort of on the right track, we'll just do a little kind of golf clap so she knows, okay, I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet. If she gets really close, we'll clap for real. And when she nails it, we'll, really let her know that she got it right and she can move on to guessing the next thing. All right, so to start things, you're coming with a lot of suggestions here. This is excellent. Where does Cassie work? She works for a dog food company.
Okay.
And why was she late? She slipped on a banana peel. And how did she get to work eventually? A lot of reasons for why she was late. Not a lot of, here we are. Oh, she rode a dragon.
Okay.
So to reiterate, Cassie works in a dog food factory. She's late because she slipped on a banana peel, and she got to work by riding a dragon. All right, so I'm going to bring Cassie back in from the waiting room, and we'll see how she does here.
About time you showed up.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. It's not going to happen again.
Mm-hmm. You want to take your glossy coat off?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we need to get to work. There's a lot of stuff to be done here. Can you do that?
Yes, I can get to work at the dog canned food factory, and
I'm glad you know where you are.
Yeah, I'm really sorry I was late. I will get right to making sure those cans are lidded really tightly. And again, I'm really sorry I was late today.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, just make sure that you get right to work and that you are not monkeying around, because we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, that's one reason I was late. There was a crowd of monkeys eating bananas and throwing their peels in the street, and then I slid and I wiped out and I fell down, and it was really painful.
I can imagine. I mean, you're definitely on top of things now. But
yeah, I'm totally. I slipped on the banana peel, and my back's kind of sore. I don't know if I don't know how long I can work today, really.
Oh, come on. I saw you coming in here. I saw how you got here. The majesty of your entrance.
Well, riding the dinosaur dragon to work is I was just trying to get here fast, because
You did get here fast. You got here faster than we've ever gotten here before. But let's fill out the report. Tell us why and how and all of that business.
Well, I'm sorry I was late to my dog canned food factory job that I love so dearly. I just slipped on the banana peels and wiped out, hurt my back. But then thankfully I was able to jump on the back of my flying dinosaur dragon and get to work. So I wasn't really that late.
No, you made it up in due course with your explanation. So just no more breaks for you today.
Fine.
Wow.
That was a record.
That by far, I think that smashed all late for work records we've ever seen here with Big Canvas. So nicely done, Cassie.
Excellent improvising. Excellent clues.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed. And let's keep this excitement going with another game. Come on screen. Number six. Number 6 is a game called Number of Words. And for this one, I need 3 of our performers who we have. We need 1 more performer. All right, now we have 3 here. 4. No, we have 3. Jess's picture is inanimate picture. Now we have 3. Perfect. So what I need you all to do to drop in the chat for us is just some numbers between 1 and 10. The gist of this game is that we're going to see a scene between these three performers where each of them can only speak lines in a given number of words, be it 3-word sentences, 5-word, 7, etc. And they'll be stuck with that for the duration of this scene. So go ahead and drop some numbers in the chat. And then once you've given us some numbers, the next thing we need from you is to find where my Zoom link went. I just lost the chat. Apparently you can still hear me. That's good.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay, good, because I can't see anyone anymore.
We're still here, I promise you.
There we are. Good. There it is. Zoom was minimized and wouldn't open again. So what I also will need is a relationship between three people. Okay.
I initially asked for a location.
We do that. And I was slow on the start here, so. So we have Carnival would have been a great one, but give us a relationship since
That could be a kind of relationship, maybe. Yeah.
I like this. Okay. You are all morticians.
Oh, okay.
And Ben, you can only speak 2 words at a time.
Okay.
Tracy, you can speak 9 words at a time.
All right.
Nice.
I decide who I was going to be mean to today. And Cassie, you have 4 words at a time. So just to recap, Ben, how many words can you say?
2.
Tracy.
I can speak 9 words at a time, yo.
And Cassie.
I can speak 4.
Right. And you are all morticians. And this is number of words.
Thank you all for joining me here tonight. All.
Lots of bodies today.
Quite quiet.
It was quite a surprise to have so many.
Too many, I think.
It's a very somber occasion, but I know us.
I hunger.
Of course, we should have a snack before starting.
I love snacks anytime.
That's the great thing about morticians. Nothing stops us.
Nothing.
Not much.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yes, the 3 squares of the day we have.
Cold, please.
I'll just clear off one of these slabs and there. Now we can have our brunch right here.
Clean enough.
Pizza, pasta, sandwiches, dessert.
All the brunch regulars right on this slab, folks.
Need protein.
All we really need.
Taking care of the dead is hungry work.
It's a lot of work.
Too much.
I didn't mean to upset you by saying.
All right.
I know that this job is difficult for all.
Especially when it's our...
You're right.
Formaldehyde tears.
It's our anniversary of being morticians together.
Oh, yes.
So thankful you remembered.
How could I forget this glorious day we share?
And scene. Morticianversary, everyone.
Happy Morticianversary.
Morticianversary is also Gomez's favorite.
Nice.
It is.
Cara mia.
So we are rapidly approaching the end of our show, but don't be sad. We do have one more very exciting thing up our sleeves tonight. One last game. And for this, we are going to revisit our four-sided die. Because we are going to play what we call a quick fire game, where we're going to do all sorts of fast, funny riffs for you. And this particular quick fire game is a favorite of ours called Letters from Camp.
Woohoo.
So what I need you to drop in the chat are just everyday nouns, objects, nouns of any sort. And we're going to riff on these. Any one-word nouns or objects will be just fine. And the way it's going to work is we're going to, one at a time, just pop up and send a little letter back home from camp in the form of, "Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing you from blank camp," and then a cheesy joke. You'll love it. So just keep the suggestions flowing, and we'll keep picking on them as long as we have time. Well, you're really keeping the suggestions flowing. This is great. We've got a lot to work with.
Yeah.
I minimized the suggestions. Where did they go? Our first suggestion is cheese. Yes.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing to you from Cheese Camp. This is the way.
Tracy.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing to you from Cheese Camp. It's pretty good.
Ben.
Dear Mom and Dad, writing you from Cheese Camp. Today I learned that that a good woman is like cheese. The best ones smell like feet.
Yes.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing to you from Cheese Camp. All the money you sent me ran out, so can you send me some cheddar?
God. Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing you from Cheese Camp. I'm having a really hard time with our various camp activities. I just can't seem to muster the energy.
Nice.
Crazy.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing to you from Cheese Camp. It's very cultured here.
Ben.
Dear Mom and Dad, writing you from Cheese Camp. It really doesn't cost as much as I first told you. Didn't want to string you along.
All right, let's get another suggestion here. Dandruff. Dandruff camp. Yes.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing to you from Dandruff Camp. I want to come home. I don't mean to flake out, but can you take me home?
Ben.
Dear Mom and Dad, writing you from Dandruff Camp. Did you mean to send me in the winter time?
Jess.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing to you from dandruff camp, where I have earned so many accolades that I am head and shoulders above the rest.
Tracy.
She beat me to it. Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing to you from dandruff camp. My head itches.
Let's get another one.
Tracy.
Knife camp. Yes.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'll get right to the point. I want to come home from knife camp.
Josh. Your Mom and Dad, I'm writing you from knife camp. I'm getting a little worried that I'm not going to cut it here. Cassie.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing you from knife camp. I'm having so much fun and getting sharper every day.
Yes.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm doing really well at knife camp. I'm serrated higher than all the other kids my age.
Ben.
Dear Mom and Dad, writing you from knife camp. I don't think I want to stay in my cabin anymore. I think I'm going to switchblade.
Tracy.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing to you from knife camp. My friend Paul here, he's from Australia, and he says that this isn't a knife camp. This is a knife camp. So I got his brochure.
All right. Let's go to dishwasher camp. Jess.
Dear Mom and Dad, I don't like it this year at dishwasher camp. I was at knife camp last year. I don't like it this year at dishwasher camp because I'm getting a lot of heat this cycle.
Ben.
Dear Mom and Dad, writing you from dishwashing camp. I'm not ready to talk about the hard stuff. I'm going to let it soak first.
Yeah. Your Mom and Dad, I'm writing you from dishwasher camp. I'm having so much fun here. Tracy.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing to you from dishwasher camp. I know you sent me to dinner camp, but I couldn't pay for it, so they sent me to dishwasher camp.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing to you from dishwasher camp. When I pack my bags to come home, they're going to tell me that I'm loading them wrong.
Ben.
Dear Mom and Dad, writing you from dishwashing camp. I learned if you sing, "You're the one that I want," ooh, 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 gets it out better. You put a little elbow grease in the...
All right. Let's go to magic camp. Jess.
Dear Mom and Dad, I've learned a lot here at Magic Camp. Watch this.
Tracy.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing to you from Magic Camp. Is this your card?
Yes.
Dear Mom and Dad, follow up to my earlier letter. Ta-da!
Ben.
Dear Mom and Dad, writing you from Magic Camp. And I'm adopted. Ha ha!
Cassie.
Dear Mom and Dad, writing you from Magic Camp. Have you got that hutch built yet? I have like 17 rabbits I've pulled out of hats.
All right, let's go to another camp. Let's go to snake camp. Jess.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm here at Snake Camp. You tricked me. All they're teaching me to do is code in Python.
Tracy.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing to you from Snake Camp. It's swell.
Ben.
Dear Mom and Dad, sad news from snake camp. All my pottery is broken. Now my snakes don't have a pot to hiss in.
Your mom and dad, I'm writing you from Snake Camp. I'm trying to pick up a new musical instrument here. I haven't learned any songs yet, but I'm getting pretty good at my scales.
Oh, nice.
Tracy.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing to you from Snake Camp. First, they taught me how to escape from New York, and now I'm going to learn how to escape from LA.
Okay.
Let's get one more camp in. Let's go to remote camp.
Remote camp.
Jess.
Dear Mom and Dad, these other campers are pushing my buttons.
Ben.
Dear Dad, writing you from remote camp. I found it.
Yes.
Dear Mom and Dad, you've sent me so far away. I'm in the remote camp.
And scene.
Nice.
Great show, everybody. We hope you had as much fun watching us as we did up here on our virtual stage. Again, we are Roll the Dice, a big canvas show. We've got shows every other week, so we'll be back again in 2 weeks for our next show. But again, aside from that, keep checking the Big Canvas Facebook page for other shows, including our founder shows. And outside of Big Canvas, Jess also has upcoming shows through the month of February, an improvised show called Hard Times of Northwest Indiana, where they will be making up scenes based on comments on a small town news site. It should be hysterical. I know I'm looking forward to it. You can find that at facebook.com/improductions LLC, like productions with an IM in front of it, LLC. Again, we are Big Canvas, specifically Roll the Dice. I'm your host, Josh.
I'm Jess.
Tracy?
Kathy.
And Ben.
And we'll see you all again soon. Have a great night, everybody.